Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Free Smoke TV. We're back again with some more from Gillie. Yesterday, he dropped a bombshell. He admitted that he knew that Noah Scurry, aka OTV Joker, is his son Cheese's killer.
I saw about the 17-year-old basketball player, straight A student. Am I wrong, Gillie? It used to be like the athletes, they got protected.
Right.
Nobody touched them. Hey, he good now. He gonna be what we, they're gonna be talking about the block. He from the block, he got out. They protected those guys. What happened?
That's who killed my son.
And to be quite frank, I'm astonished that he actually went ahead and said that. And there's a few reasons why. One, the police. In the interview with Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay, Gillie tells Shannon that he was told by a police officer named Skip, but there's some information coming out saying that maybe that wasn't the case. So it says, after rapper and social media star Gillie the King said Wednesday that a 17-year-old who was shot to death last month in North Philadelphia killed his son, Devin Spady, in 2023. Police said they have no evidence connecting the teen to Spady's murder. Through evidence, I don't have anyone connected definitely that is responsible for this homicide, said Police Deputy Commissioner Frank Vanor. And Frank, I do apologize if I butchered your last name. I'm sorry. All right, so now you might be asking yourself, what does this mean? Well, it means that one of the theories that's been going around since this happened, and one of the first things I thought was Gillie is going on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, and he had a certain line of questioning about his son brought up first, and then had this line of questioning brought up second, so he could act like he didn't know it was coming. Oh wow, so we're just speaking of your son's death. Would you mind speaking on this young man who lost his life at a very young age while going to school with his mother? Also the highest SAT scorer in Fells High School, and also a star shooter for his basketball team, and apparently a star shooter for his gang in the street. So Gillie was trying to basically brag. That's what everybody's alluding here, that he knew this was what was going to be asked, and he did it in a way where he could be like, oh, well, yeah, that's the guy who killed my son. Isn't that crazy? And, basically say, hey, he's gone. Whether it had something to do with him or not, I think they're going to try to make it look that way. And now we all know that also Gillie's nephew, C Baby, was arrested right after posting some interesting stories to Instagram regarding Joker or Noah Scurry. All right, so that's what Gillie's nephew C Baby posted right after, the news of this kid Noah Scurry's death broke and went everywhere. And then, this is how a lot of people started connecting the dots, saying, hey, this is the guy that killed Gillie's son Cheese. And the saddest part about this is it wasn't even meant for him. He got literally caught up just because he pulled up on the wrong block at the wrong time. And enemies of that block that he pulled up on came over to shoot that block up, and they got him. And it had nothing to do with him. He had no really business to be there, as Gillie says in the interview with Shannon Sharp. Basically, Cheese was from the suburbs. He did his time in the hood and all, but he didn't have to live that way. And he was, and that's what led to his demise, apparently, by the hands of this Noah Scurry, the Joker. So it's just a crazy, crazy story. Bunch of people that really didn't have to live this life, living this life, and they wound up losing the most. And that's, God's way of showing you, hey man, stay in your lane. And let me say, I do understand. I get it. I know what it is like to grow up in Philadelphia. It's rough. And, you have to do things that most kids your age won't have to do just to be accepted and not be bullied every day, because these kids are cruel and it's a different way of life out here. We're a very different city. We live a very different lifestyle from white, black, Spanish. We're just all very hard people. And the way the city's run it just is crazy compared to other places. And I didn't realize that till I started traveling. So everybody that's here, they're basically on this super savage mode time that they don't have to be on. But because nobody really leaves and experiences other things and says, oh, well, this isn't normal. Nobody comes to that conclusion. But it isn't. It's not normal, and we need to try to fix it. All right, now back on track. Gillie, this was a stupid move. I wouldn't have done this. I don't care if I didn't have any connection to it or not. You know how these people are playing. People don't like to see us win. When I say us, people from Philadelphia, they don't like to see Muslims win. They don't like to see a black man win. Okay? They don't like to see people from Philadelphia win. They don't. And you got three strikes against you. This was a terrible idea because even if you're not involved, they can really hem you up and waste your time trying to make you prove that you're not, even if you don't have any involvement. Somebody might be dead set thinking that, oh, he's bragging, he definitely did it, he didn't change his life, and they want to break you down. And maybe you did, maybe you are involved, and that was one of the, if you are, that's one of the stupidest things you could have ever done. Hopefully you didn't. But like I said in the last episode, I don't think Gillie's like Wallow. I think Gillie would put some money out to get his son's killer taken care of. That's just how I feel. Now, did he do it? I don't know. This is all allegedly. I'm speaking hypothetically. Don't sue me. I'm just talking about what everybody else is talking about. The fact that Gillie went on Club Shay Shay, talked to Shannon Sharp on YouTube with millions of people that are going to tune in, and made it very obvious that he knew the line of questioning about his son. And then right after, he says one other question, and they go into, oh, how about the 17-year-old that got gunned down in Philly with his mom? Oh, that's the guy that killed my son. Yeah, I mean, we all know what you were doing. Now, whether you're connected to it or not is a different story. But even if you're not, and see, baby, your nephew isn't, they're going to try to. That's why I think it was a bad move. So hopefully Gillie can come out of this mess triumphant. I don't want to wish any bad on him. I just think it was a bad move to even open himself up to do that. Also, with all the change and good that Gillie's done, giving out the $4 million in the community, all the businesses in Philadelphia that were struggling during COVID. I mean, even all the gaming that he's giving out, $1 million worth of gaming on Instagram beforehand. Um, you know, he's just really done a lot. And this Club Shay Shay interview, other than this part, was really powerful. If you listen to it, especially if you're from Philly or the area, it really gave me a little bit of hope to keep going and reaching. So I would really hate for him to get caught up because of him maybe gloating and not even having anything to do with it. He might not have, he might not. I don't want to put nothing on him. I'm just saying this is what people are talking about, and that's why I'm talking about it. I mean, and it is interesting. I can't believe he did it. It's pretty outlandish. But so hopefully prayers goes out to all these families. Number one, let me just say that. All right, hopefully everybody can get some closure. Because this is just a crazy, sad story. Neither kid needed to be in the streets, and both of them ended dead, and it's a shame. So there's not much else really to say about that. Jesus left a son, and that's good. But I mean, the kid now doesn't have a father. I mean, Gillie as a grandfather is great, but regardless, it's nothing like your father. And this kid, Noah Scurry, his mother is feeling the same pain Gillie did. It's a terrible situation. All right, well, that's all we have for today's episode of Free Smoke News. And we're